Hello, my book besties. It's Sunday, and I want to talk to you guys about my September TBR. So, this is going to be a little different. I'm not doing the game this time. I want to kind of mood read, and this is why. So, the last couple of months, I've been trying to get through my physical TBR. I tried the game last month, which I did like, and I did read a lot through that. But there's a lot of books that I have that I really just want to read and pick up, and I feel if I don't, then I start to get kind of restless once the ones I'm reading. Not that I don't like them, it's just that I'm like, oh, I want to hurry up and get to this other book. So this month I'm going to do a little mood reading. And I'm going to try to pick up, on top of that, some of the books that I have put on my TBR the past couple of months and haven't got to. But I'm going to mood read. So I do have a stack that we'll go over that I plan to read because they're ones that have been high on my list. Now, I may just put them down and pick something else up. And if that happens, that happens. But I'm hoping to get through more books this month, and we'll see if I get through more of my TBR this way than how I have been. So, to start out, what I've already started for the month. Actually, let's talk about my book club reads, because those are ones that I'm going to read. Good Bad Girl. Good Bad Girl. I think it's Good Bad Girl by Alice Feeney. That is for the Book Troops book club pick, and that one I don't have a physical copy of. I will probably Kindle that one, but that is a thriller. It's Alice Feeney's newest. It just released at the end of August, so that is our read for that book club, and that's more thriller books. For Gremlins After Dark book club, we are reading The Nanny, which I have here. Hold on. We are reading The Nanny by Lana Ferguson. This is supposed to be a single dad. All I know about this is I believe that the main female character, she had an OnlyFans account, and the main male character was following her on there. So when she takes a job as his nanny for his child, she knows that he followed her. He does not know it's her. So this is supposed to be like a cute rom-com. So I'm excited for this. That is for their fluffy read. The dark read for this month is Credence by Penelope Douglas. I've already read it. If you've watched my vlogs, you know how I feel about it. So I will not reread it. And they did have a second option because it tied with Promises and Pomegranates. And I do own that one on my Kindle, so I may read that if I feel into it. But that is a Hades and Persephone retelling, so I probably will. I love Hades and Persephone. So those are my book club reads, and then we'll go over just what I'm feeling mood read wise and some of the ones from the past months that I didn't get to, and see what I can get to. So I've already started 2 books this month. I do read more than one at a time, because I have audio, Kindle, and my physical copies depending on where I am. But I did start A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I'm on about chapter 5, and I'm really enjoying it. So I'm looking forward to this. I do own book 2 as well, so if I'm really into it, I may jump right into that one. But this one follows, well, so far, what I'm reading, I know that this is like a fairy book. Where I'm at, and I don't want to spoil anything, I've come across 3 sisters. They're not fond of the fae, and they're not in the best way. One of the sisters kind of goes out and hunts and, you know, make sure that they have food, and then she gets caught killing a fae or a friend of the fae, and it breaks a treaty that they have, and she has to go now live where the fae live, and that is her punishment. It's that or death, and her dad begs her to take that over death, so she's getting ready to leave with the fae to go there. That's where I'm at. I don't even know his name yet, but her name is Feyre. And I'm really loving this. I'm super excited. This is a very popular series, so I'm excited to see where it goes. Next I have Sick Fucks by Tilly Cole. I've been reading this one physically. I want to say like 160th pages in, about halfway through. And I'm really loving this one too. Really loving it. This is a loosely based Alice in Wonderland retelling. And I say loosely because they're not in Wonderland. It is not exactly a retelling. They are not named after these characters. what it is there's these two kids that, and definitely check the trigger warnings for this. If you have triggers, check it before watching this next part of the video, because I will talk a little bit about the book and I don't want to trigger anybody, but there are some dark themes in here. This is a very dark book. So go check those trigger warnings and then come back if you have any. But this does involve sexual abuse, child abuse, things like that. And in the beginning of the book, these children, they're very young, and they are abused. Well, one of them gets taken away, feels very protective. His name is Heathen, and he is very protective over the female main character. Her name is Ellis, and she is a lover of Alice in Wonderland. So he has this little pocket watch, and she calls him her rabbit, and he calls her his dolly, like her little Alice in Wonderland doll. It's super cute. But they're being abused, and so he gets taken away when he tries to defend her one day, and all he can think about is, I have to come back to her. He promised her he would come back and save her. Well, years go by. I mean, years. And he decides when he comes back for her that they're going to get revenge. And she is very messed up in the head over what has went on. She does, of course, remember him. He was very important to her, but she is really messed up. She's not the same. And he teaches her to defend herself, and they go after these people. And the Alice in Wonderland theme, of course, she calls him his rabbit. She dresses like Alice because it is her favorite. And these people that they're going after, he gives them names from the book. Like the caterpillar. One of the guys is a caterpillar because he's uses a hookah a lot, kind of like the caterpillar. And so that's why he just kind of puts them together with that to help her, because she is still on this childlike mentality, and that's what she remembers the most. So it is a heartbreaking book, but it's very good. Like, I cannot stop reading it. The first, I want to say 3 chapters are where the abuse happens, so that is really hard to read through. But once you get past that, it becomes really hard to stop because it's such a good book. The chemistry between Heathen and Ellis, or Rabbit and Dolly, is just beautiful, and I love his protectiveness over her, and her innocence. So definitely a good book. Way different than A Thousand Boy Kisses, which was the first Tilly Cole I read, which was a very sweet tearjerker. I mean, it was just break your heart, rip your heart out your chest, sweet book. This is the opposite, but the fact that it's the same writer is just insane. Like, she's great. I'm really loving this. So check your trigger warnings, but this is worth the read. This is what I'm on right now. Other ones that I would like to read: Still Beating by Jennifer Hartman. I know that this has to do with girls in captivity. I've read a lot of captive books lately, and I have been enjoying them in the way they're portrayed, and I've heard that this one is well worth the read. I wish I would have got the original cover because I really liked it, but the new one came out and I got it signed, so this is the one I have. Then I would like to read The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. All I know about this is that there's a girl, there's a funeral, she sees a ghost, he doesn't realize he's a ghost. I think I'd like to go in a little blind, but I was going to use this for the Paranormal Book Boyfriend blog. I didn't get to that, but this is one I really wanted to read, so this one is up there for me. I don't have it on me, but I'd also really like to read The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas. I do own it, I just forgot to grab it when I came in here. So that's one that I want to read this month also, mainly because of Larissa at Larry Reads. She just talked about it so much. She even has a coffee named after it, which is the Aaron Blackford. So that makes me like want to jump into it more. Plus her new book, The Long Game, just came out, so I definitely want to get them both done. Then I also, Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. This is one that was on my past list that I did not get to. I don't know a whole lot about it. I know that it is on the top of a lot of people's lists romance-wise. I've heard from a lot of booktubers that this is one of their favorite romances, so this one I'm excited about. Then I've got, my last 2 are big, thick ones. There is Kid by Jessie Hall. This is the spin-off series, or spin-off book from Hawk by Jessie Hall, which I read in August, and I loved it like 2 pieces. I loved it so much, and this character Kid, he is in that book, and I actually really loved his character also, so I'm super excited to read his story. It is a thickums, but this is top of my list. Then the last one is St. Abby's The Mindfuck series. This is books 1 through 5 all in here, so there is 5 books in one. I've heard nothing but great things about this. I know that this has to do with like a serial killer, female serial killer, I believe, and an FBI agent who is looking for her, and I think that they have some kind of romance going on, so I've heard nothing but great things about this, so this one's got to get up there for me. But those are my hopefuls for the month of September. Like I said, I'm going to kind of mood read. Also not on me, but I do want to read it. It is here somewhere in the house, but Flawless by Elsie Silver. That is a top of my list as well. It's a cowboy romance. It is a series. I want to read book 1. I've been waiting to read this one for a while. I've also got The Dare by Harley LaRue. It's a little novella that is the prequel to Losers Part 1 and 2, and I really want to read both of those. So The Losers is one, and then, or The Dare, it's a little novella. And then I have a couple other small novellas I may try to read as well because they'll be quick reads, but these are my main focus for the month. Like I said, I'm going to mood read, so I don't know which one will be first. I definitely want to get through all these. But right now, the 2 that I've started, ACOTAR and Sigfox, are really great, and I expect to get those done before the end of the weekend, and then we'll see what I move on to. But those are my hopefuls, my TBR for September. At the end of the month, we will look at what I actually read through. Did I add others? You know, did this help me read more? And then in October, I will be on vacation. The first 2 weeks of October, I'll be out of the country. So I will set up some vlogs for while I'm gone, but then I will do a little travel vlog as well because I am going to be going to some bookstores and stuff there. So that is the end of it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.